Today is going to be the follow-up video, the part 2, which was what is the problem with, Gen Z men. And today is going to be what is the problem with the current women. I'm gonna say what I see the most out of women in this society. Alright, you might hear the saying, the woman is the prize, right? I'm gonna give you a couple reasons why. The man wants what she has more than she wants what the man has. Thing is, the man can only get as much as she allows. It's a lot of women in the world that have all the qualities of a wife if you looking from a worldly lens. It's a lot of women out there that are very submissive, cook, clean, take care of things, nurture, loving, caring, gentle, all the things, right? They'll be perfect in all those categories, and then they will submit to somebody that is not yoked with them, right? The woman is always gonna end up frustrated because it's like, well, I feel like I'm literally, I do everything, right? I'm the man of the house, I'm the woman of the house. They're intelligent, but they want love so bad that they're willing to compromise just so they can get that love feeling, right? Your standards are too high for people that you know will not come to those standards. Start getting into your word. Start building a relationship with Jesus closer than any other man that you ever built a relationship with. And he will start to show you what real love looks like, what real godly, fatherly love looks like. YouTube family, ladies and gentlemen, how are y'all doing today on this wonderful Tuesday morning? It's about to be Tuesday afternoon. It's 11:57, but today is going to be the follow-up video, the part 2 for the video that I dropped last week, which was what is the problem with Gen Z men, right? What is the problem with the current men? And today is going to be what is the problem with the current women, right? Because they go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. You know what I'm saying? YouTube family, hold on now. Before you continue the video, I have a quick announcement to make. So right now we are on the road to 500 subs. As you see, we are at 270. I praise God for all of y'all. I thank y'all. So I'm gonna need y'all to do one of 3 things, right? I'm gonna need you to either like the video, either comment on the video, or subscribe, or do all 3. So we're on the road to 500 subscribers. We trying to get that hype button activated. You see what I'm saying? So once we hit that hype button, then boom, we able to glorify God even more than what we doing already right now. Make sure you like, either comment or subscribe, or do all 3, and then yeah, we're gonna glorify God that way. Now, piggybacking off the last video, we came down to the conclusion that the problem with the men in the current society is that we don't have any godly leadership / counsel from men. You know what I'm saying? So as kids or as boys, when we grow up, the godly cultivation that we're supposed to have, that every boy is supposed to have, is just not, we just don't have it, right? It's very circumstantial for a lot of people, and therefore we grow up by our surroundings, right? And so we influence people in the wrong way, or we negatively impact people based off of how we grew up, right? So I was saying in the last video, women are more masculine. The reason why is because men don't allow them to be feminine, right? So the problem with the women now, I'm gonna say what I see the most out of women in this society. Alright, you might hear the saying, the woman is the prize, right? People say the woman is the most powerful thing in the world. I'm gonna give you a couple reasons why. The man wants what she has more than she wants what he has. If we're talking about physically. Thing is, the man can only get as much as she allows, right? You tracking? Worldly men and godly men have the same mindset, right? Worldly men see how much value the woman has, but they use it to please themselves, and then just throw her to the side, dump her after that. Compared to a godly man, sees the value that she brings, that she offers, and he uses it to bless God, and he uses it to not only boost himself but the woman as well. The ball is in women's court a lot of the times because men want what they have more than women want what men have. The ball is in women's court most of the time. Here's the mess up though. Here's where it goes bad. Both men and women don't want to be alone, but women specifically do not want to be alone. Now there are some people out there that's like, yeah, I'm cool off relationships. That's 100% fine. That's normal. It's people out there, men and women. But 9 times out of 10, women do not want to be alone, right? They want to be married and they want to experience love. For that reason, they compromise. They compromise their standards just so they can feel that love, right? And so when they compromise, they submit to somebody that they know cannot fulfill that. But they want to be loved so bad that they do it anyway and then end up getting hurt, right? Like I said in one of my points, the man can only get as much as the woman allows. So if you give him what he wants, if it's a worldly man, he has what he wants. He's good now. Now you're off to the side just like any other, you know what I'm saying, any other lady. That's just what he, piece of meat. That's what he just used you for, and that's it. Compared to if you compromise to a godly man, not only would he respect your values, you know what I'm saying, respect you as a woman, but you will not be getting used. You know what I'm saying? When you come equally yoked with a person, you're glorifying God. It's not a one-sided thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just throw out an example of a real life situation that I know many people could possibly be going through. I mean, there's women out there that are super intelligent, right? They know what they want. They know what they need. And they got their head on their shoulders well. But because the fact that they don't want to be alone, in that aspect, they will compromise, right, in the moment so they don't be alone, but will reap that later. It's a lot of women in the world that have all the qualities of a wife if you looking from a worldly lens. Understood? So if I'm looking from a worldly lens, it's a lot of women out there that are very submissive, cook, clean, take care of things, nurture, very loving, caring, gentle, all the things, right? From a worldly perspective, everything she got is perfect on lock, right? So they'll be perfect in all those categories, and then they will submit to somebody that is not yoked with them, right? If it's a worldly relationship, the ceiling is only but so high. The woman is always going to end up frustrated because it's like, well, I feel like I'm literally, I do everything, right? I'm the man of the house. I'm the woman of the house. You know what I'm saying? I do everything, right? But I still cannot find the man that's equally yoked with me. I can't find, like, I am the relationship. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there that's like, I am the relationship, and this is how it's always been. No man has ever showed me otherwise, right? All the people that I dated and nobody else has showed me otherwise. They're intelligent, but they want love so bad that they're willing to compromise just so they can get that love feeling, right? Which would 10 times out of 10, you're always going to be upset because you know that you're made for more than what you're subjecting yourself to. To that, I say it starts with accountability first. It's not that there's no bad men in the world. It starts with accountability. You have to recognize, okay, it's not man's fault. It's not a man's fault that I keep subjecting myself to this type of mistreatment, right? This type of toxicity. It's not their fault. It gets to a point once you done dated 10 people and nobody is on your level, it gets to a point where it's not their fault, but it's something that you're doing. Your standards are too high for people that you know will not come to those standards, right? You put them at unattainable standards that you know what I'm saying, they'll only happen if you're equally yoked with somebody, right? And so if you go into a conscious relationship knowing this person does not have what I need, but I just want love, those standards that you have set for them, for you to get loved, you're not going to be able to obtain them outside of, physical attraction and things of that nature. They're just not going to hit the mark, right? And that's not their fault. It is, but not in the way that you're thinking. I remember telling someone, I said that you're so used to stooping down that you don't realize that God is calling you up for the type of man that you desire. You might be perfect in the world. Like I said, you might be a perfect wife through the worldly lens. But a perfect wife through the worldly lens, if that is not led by God, then it means nothing, right? It won't last. It quite literally means nothing. If you have all these wife attributes, but the head of your life is not Christ, then you won't be able to go nowhere, because there's no man that's going to respect that unless they are equally yoked with you. And if they don't respect that, you can only grow so much, because they just don't understand you know what it's like to be around an unbeliever. They just don't understand you. And then what do? Y'all just walk away. Y'all respectfully agree to disagree. When you're in a relationship, you can't just walk away. That's why it's important to be equally yoked. A lot of women are so used to stooping down that they don't realize that they have to do work to get to that guy that they're looking for so bad, right? Which it might sound mind-blowing, because it's like, dang, I done did the work already. I've been doing the work all my life. But no, this is spiritual work. This is not carnal no more. You know what the words say, our problems are against powers and principalities in the heavenly places. That's what this is now. Is not, you have everything in the world on lock. You have everything carnally on lock, but mentally and spiritually, where are you at? Are you being led by God, or is Christ the ruler of your life? Are you waking up? Are you praying? Like, if you're not doing that, if you are not led by God, then you're gonna keep going in the same circle, same circle. And is heartbreaking to watch, because I know so many people that subject themselves to going through the same circle. Not saying that it's easy, yo, because I done been through it. I understand. Like, it's a lot of people that just really do not want to be single. I 100% understand. But it gets to a point where you get tired of chasing folks. At least I did. At least I did. I got to a point where I'm like, bro, I'm tired of chasing folks. I'm not gonna lie. I just hate to see women get used. And since they've been used so much, now they don't like me. They hate men. They feel like that's how men were made. That's what they feel like men are. They hate them. And in reality, it was never intended to be like that, right? The words say, it's not good for man to be alone, so he made a woman. Like, biblically, we are not supposed to, it's a very tough mindset to get out of. It is, no doubt. It's a very tough mindset to get out of, but it's definitely possible. But I think the key thing is, it's really one of the roots of the issues is kind of the same for the men. How the men don't have father figures. A lot of the women don't have father figures as well. Godly father figures. So they end up going one route. The men end up going another route, right? And once those two, you know what I'm saying, boys and girls, once they intertwine, then it's just two wrongs don't make a right. We got to understand how important godly fathers are. Y'all literally determine the next generation sometimes. Like, the amount of influence that godly fathers have on the next generation is so crucial. It's so critical, because it's life and death for some people. It's like, if they've never been raised up with the word, we don't know what the type of impact that they might make. They might be the next Sexy Red that your child is. You know what I'm saying? Your child might be the next Cardi B. That's terrible. That's terrible. Leading all these people to hell. So it's super critical. And I think the main lesson is the fact that instead of subjecting yourself to torment and mistreatment and things of that nature, start getting into your word. Start building a relationship with Jesus closer than any other man that you ever built a relationship with. And he will start to show you what real love looks like, what real godly fatherly love looks like, right? It might not be the way that you expect it, but it's going to be the way that you need it. You know what I'm saying? And watch your life just start to turn around. You'll see that in these moments, God was really protecting you. He was protecting you from these men instead of, you know what I'm saying, letting you down. You'll see how many times that he's came through for you, but it takes for you to actually put initiative into, you know what I'm saying, wanting to get closer with God to even do that in the first place. So I think that's the main thing for this video. If y'all liked it, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If there's anything I missed out on, y'all, you know what I'm saying, you know to hit me up in the comments. Instagram, TikTok, all the things. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much it. I will see y'all on the next video. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.